All right, it's 7 o'clock, so we're gonna start our select board meeting for June 3rd. I'd like to begin with warrant items. I'd like to begin with payroll number 108. I'd like to move that we payroll 108 for $1,885.96. Do I have a second? Second. More in favor?
All right.
I'd like to move to accept accounts payable 109 for $9,694.95. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We have minutes that we didn't approve last week, and then we have this past week's minutes. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes for May 20th, 2024. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll sign this quickly, or initial this quickly. And I'd like to move to accept the minutes of last week, May 28th, 2024. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
All right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to jump to, since you're waiting for dinner, I'm going to jump to citizens issues. And so, do I have any citizens issues?
I'm just coming to check where we stand. And then his neighbor asked me what happened if it's not cleaned up by
The end of June.
July 1st.
I visited him yesterday, and I know he's making progress. He's already taken 2 big trailer loads of scrap metal. One thing he and I have been talking about, and I think we need to be really clear about, is we're not expecting it to be totally clean. You know, that will never happen. Even though he has said he'd like it to be clean. What we do need to make sure is that things that are potentially dangerous or unhealthy are away from the neighbor's property. So he has been moving things away so he can build some sheds. He pointed out yesterday, like there was a big area of old lawnmowers and that kind of stuff. And he said that was all going in this next load. He'd just gotten the trailer back. And then part of the challenge right now is making room so he can build the sheds, so then he can put his mowers and stuff in, or his.
The next thing I would say to that, well, 2 things. Well, even if he puts all that stuff in a temporary shed, it's still going to leak. So
He talked about having some kind of base on
the
there.
code enforcement office make sure he checks
Mhm.
that either there is all the fluids are properly out,
Yeah.
or there is something underground
Mhm.
that it doesn't go through.
Right, he and I had talked about that a couple weeks ago already.
He's gonna have his well tested once all this stuff is gone.
Done.
I told him, don't bother now,
Wait until
that,
July. Yep.
so then the cars are still there, although he said once.
He's supposed to have one. I don't remember now. One is going today or tomorrow, and then there's a second one that will also be going. So 2 of those cars will be
There should be no unregistered car there. So I believe there's 3 cars there, so they all 3 should be gone.
Yeah, and I did ask him about one that I thought would also go, and he said, no, the only thing that's wrong with that is some part that he needed to fix, and then it would be fine and running. So yeah.
John Henderson has joined the meeting.
Okay. Hey, John.
Hey, how you all doing?
Good. So we're continuing. I see him every week, and I know things are getting
Yeah, no,
Cleared
I
up.
see there's some,
Yeah, yeah,
there's some.
But-
so,
you know, it won't be totally cleared, and we've had a discussion about that. We can't ask him to have a perfectly clean lawn, just like anybody else.
that,
Yeah, right, it's
that's, who decides if it's satisfactory or it's not satisfactory?
well, I would think that if you had, all the things, anything that had an engine that could leak was gone from that, or if it's in a shed, that it's in a protected area, if you have a garage, you at least have a, a concrete bed or something. So that you would have somewhere to make sure that those items are above and off the ground.
A concrete bank won't do. I mean. You knew, what's his name, George Harrison,
Mhm.
No, Ronnie had.
Ronnie Harrison.
Mhm.
Jimmy had to rip out his whole garage floor because it was so infected with
Salt, was it salt?
oil. I think
Ah,
he
okay,
probably opened the oil tank
we
when,
just let it.
when the building got repossessed.
Hmm.
But that means concrete doesn't do the trick, so.
Well, and I think that's an extreme example.
I know,
Yeah.
it means that the oil goes through the
Come on, you have to
concrete.
make sure that if you're storing those, they have to have no fluids in them.
No fluid or a solid base.
Yeah.
Right, well, we had a discussion because again, he's playing devil's advocate, and it's like if he had a garage there and it had a concrete floor, could he leave his machines in there? The answer would be yes, he could put his car there if he had a garage there, right? Wherever he can legally put a garage. So,
If he has a registered car, if it's 10, 15 inches. In the state statute, it states loud and clear. That's against the law, so.
yeah, that's one of the challenges of that statute is because we have a lot of people who have cars that are.
No, I understand.
Yeah, so our
Right.
focus has been on making sure that the neighbor has good well water. And to make sure that there's nothing in the back, and I actually have walked in the back where
Oh,
the
really?
aquifer, it seems fine, there's nothing in the back at all. It's all in the front, every bit of it. So, because that was also one of our concerns is the aquifers in the back, so, that's what we can legally focus on. So, I am visiting him every single week. He is sending pictures. I know he's making progress. It's still a matter, sometimes I feel like he's moving things from one place to the other.
You know, the pallets, like the pallet.
Yep.
If he's not running, then it should be gone.
Well, and yes, we talked about that yesterday, and I know his wife is using some of them. I've seen actually what she's doing with them. She's actually making paths, with, some of the boards and stuff. Actually, was quite a nice little walkway, to keep out of the mud and stuff. I suggested to him that he put them all in one place, maybe on the outside of his garage or whatever, but the key thing is to make sure that as much as possible, all of everything that he doesn't need as far as metal is gone. Those machines that he does want to keep, those tractors or whatever, are then stored in a place up above.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're working on. But yes, I'm talking to him every week, and I know the end of June is coming. So, and I'm glad you're seeing a little bit of a change too. Slow progress. So,
Well, in this case. I'm gonna go, we'll have dinner.
yes, good appetite.
Oh, Ronnie, I said hi.
All right, any other citizens issues? Hearing none, we'll be done with that one, and we'll go back to, the ordinances. And one of the things we talked about last week, and I believe that we approved all the ordinances. We agreed about which ones we were going to. We made some changes to the ordinances, and we decided to leave one of the ordinances out. So what we have to do today is to certify them, and we have to find a little piece of paper. That's the warrant. It's actually not a little piece of paper, is it?
while you're looking for it.
Yeah.
I read it myself. Why is the ordinance about the 3 cars not in the town ordinance, but it's in the state ordinance?
You mean no more than 3 cars unregistered?
No unregistered.
Right, no unregistered cars.
Now, I know there's a lot of unregistered cars around. But how does that matches with the state ordinance? That would have been my question, I written out.
State statute is, looking at junkyards and then auto recycling places, and the 3 unregistered cars was like the threshold for, you know, if you go more than 3,
It shows in 2 places,
Yeah.
that's correct.
junkyard and the auto recycling.
Right. That's just my question.
Well, because we have the state statute to go with. I don't know. It didn't come up as a factor. I don't know. I was just looking at our ordinances to see.
But yours is more stringent than the states, so the states would apply, and yours would go beyond what they know.
Yeah,
This one is not, it doesn't mention in the town ordinance, but it's mentioned in the state ordinance. That was my question. I mean, that's not a big deal. I think it probably would be better if it would be mentioned. But then it would be up to you to really look the other way when, I mean, if somebody has 2 old cars, that would limit it. Unless it inflicts my will.
Again, it's a health issue,
right,
and that's what we're trying to focus on.
right.
Because there are many
Directly
people.
impacts
No, I
somebody
know.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so,
I think we're gonna do the 3, so.
yeah. So we've already approved these, but I think right now, do we have to have a sort of a vote that we certify each of these, or are we just signing?
Doesn't hurt, so long as just vote and sign.
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of these to go through, so I'd like to make a motion that we certify the Westport Island Increased Housing Opportunities Ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
And all who all in favor?
Right.
I think
I'm trying to, I gotta these all
I'll
down.
make sure there's nothing else there, because I have a sign that says sign cover sheet of every item. I'd like to make a motion that we certify the proposed, the Westport Island nuisance ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the amendment to section 13B6 of the building code ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You can second them all, I got it right.
Just sign,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Fine.
I'd like to make a motion to certify the rules and regulations for Westport Island mooring area ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we certify amendments to section Q, S, W, and X to the right landing and adjacent property use ordinance. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we certify the amendment to section 17 of the building code ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Amendments to the building code ordinance, when was that?
Yeah, it's on the second page of it. I think if you just looked at all the,
Yeah. Just 17. Okay. Definitions, got it.
You
Yeah.
can probably get these
Yeah.
after the fact.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we certify the amendment to the town of Westport Island floodplain management ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we certify the amendment to the town of Westport Island shoreland zoning ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion that we certify the amendment to the town of Westport Island site plan review ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, sorry.
That's okay. And lastly, I'd like to make a motion that we certify the amendments to the town of Westport Island subdivision ordinance. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
And we have 79 warrant items, and we're gonna do that to them too. I'm teasing. We won't do that.
And for what it's worth, and for whoever's watching, a very large majority of that was just things that we have to do to change, to switch out amendments to these, the subdivision, the site plan review, the shoreline zoning, the floodplain management, and the building code ordinance are all just switching out previously approved definitions and getting rid of the old definitions. That's all it is. And it's just a bunch of legal hoops we have to jump through to do that, but it's pretty basic. It's not changing anything.
Yeah, and this was part of our requirement. And actually, I'm gonna, before we go to warrant, there was a citizen issue and we talked about it a little bit during our workshop, but there was a question about putting up signs at public spaces such as a ferry landing. And Jeff, you had some comments on that I just wanted to capture since the question came up. I feel like we need to answer.
But basically, I don't think we can answer the question because it depends on what the sign is and for. By and large, public property, we would have to put signs on public property, unless it's for public purpose.
There was something in, hold on, the right landing ordinance about signs. And the thing that was changed in the ordinance that Ted Christie, the harbor master, wanted to change is that this, any, I forgot what it was, like promotions or kind of, I'd have to pull out my ordinance and look at it. Is approved instead of by the harbor master, it's by the select board. So I don't know if that's what she's talking about, because that was one of the changes that were in the ordinance, in that ordinance.
It could have been because it had something specifically to do with the ferry landing.
Right.
So,
Right.
one of the things, speaking of the ferry landing that we heard yesterday was that according to the ordinance, no one's allowed to swim now. That's not the case. The case, which has been there, is that if there's a posted sign that says no swimming, then you can't swim. Which would go anywhere. You know, if we start to see sharks in the area, or if there's something wrong and there's oil in the water or
Okay.
something, we might post something. Right.
Okay, I
Only
found it. Posting advertisements or other notices not approved and signed by the, originally it said harbor master, and we are changing it to select board or designated. Or designate is prohibited. So posting advertisements or other notices not approved by the select board is, but originally it was not approved by the harbor master. So it's not like we're making this a rule, it's just we're changing who's responsible for.
But of course, it's public property, and they can't post things without the approval
Right.
of the appropriate public authority.
Right.
Yeah.
So if that's what she's talking about, that's probably
Yeah,
why.
I'm not sure. She just asked a generic question.
Any related to the fair lane, that has to do with signs. Like was plans. Campaign sign, the ones two up here, but they go on.
Mhm.
Oh, that's about another one down at church. And speaking from experience of putting a political sign next to the church 30 years ago. That's not 250 feet, I don't have a problem with it. It was mentioned to me. And I'm more than willing to go down and move the sign 250 feet away.
Is it a Kim sign? Because Kim, I wonder who, because we took down another sign of hers and she may have forgotten that, even though she can't put one up at the town hall, but the church is actually private property.
But
But it was within 250 feet, so we took the sign down. But I need to remind her that. Yeah, there was a sign a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so it was that Saturday. I noticed.
But there's another one now?
Oh, that Saturday,
Okay,
church. I was there back 30 years ago. I was told that.
Yeah, and we were just talking earlier about the signs that were here.
I have no issue with Kim's son, when
Mhm.
someone brought my attention.
Yes, right, it's a clean signs
It's
or
a,
whatever,
Yeah,
yeah,
that is the law.
yeah,
And I'm more than willing to go down and move it for him, I just don't want to never take it aside without her
Yeah.
to move it.
Yeah.
Or no.
yeah. I will actually let Kim know, but if you wanna move it, I will let her know that you're moving it. If you happen to go down there, don't go down there just for that, but,
Sorry, I'll wait for him. Still haven't sold down.
it's actually, she's closer to that than you are, so.
Yeah.
And I did it, guess. Mainly, it was mentioned to me, I passed it
Yep.
along.
Yep.
Same boat I did, that's 20 years old.
Well, I don't even know what 250 feet looks like.
More than that distance between town and chance.
I noticed that the two signs here, but they're gone. Okay, because they were there yesterday, right, but it's still an election, and it can't be near a. And this is a voting place, that's part of the problem, this is a voting place, people are voting.
Probably could because, as you mentioned. Because you can absentee vote.
Exactly. People are doing this daily.
Right now, it's.
Yeah.
I'm. Right much.
You've done that, and they're done that, yeah, whatever. All right, so we took care of that one. And postpones warrants for a minute and go to roads. For any update. Trying to get some of the other.
Real estate, told you about the Jersey Barriers.
Let's cover it again, because we can. Let's see,
We're pricing 10-foot long Jersey Barriers. More than $58 a piece. $1,000 minimum while they charge truck to them. So you're almost like 3.
Yeah.
Pretty sure of this.
Okay. And how much do they weigh?
2,000 pounds. Probably can't be picked up, but could be dragged.
To where? Right.
Is it? Outside yesterday, is it moved forwards again?
the stuff, yeah, he's fleshed out the structures in the roadway again.
It's tight. It comes from the moon.
He's even moved the trees.
Transferring the foliage into the road too, and so. He's back out as far as it was, I think, earlier in the spring.
There's that. There's a washout on the East Shore Road, the washout from last Monday night spring.
Really?
You got a note from Judy Pagan? Good, because she asked me who to, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Randy's gonna take care of that tomorrow or Wednesday. Lowest Point Road where that culvert got plugged up. Water went over the road this spring. I washed. It's rough, I was down this. I'm in rainy, you know, for my place. Down there, of course. This is Wilson and Colby, and I knew about it anyway, I just. Trying to hold off until I get. Enough of that small stuff to make it worthwhile, so we
Yeah.
can go around to this, you know, plus.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at, plus, you know, you can't just pick up the phone, call somebody and go and say, can you do this, Randy's great. You get things going too,
He's really busy.
he's always busy,
You know-
he's good, he's good.
He's doing our road. This, yeah.
So that's about it, the hammer is gonna be down to Saltwell Road Monday. We're gonna be on Saltwell
Oh,
Road
good.
probably most of the week. Talk to April and have her. Maybe contact residents down there.
Good, yes, let me know.
Because this machine's 3'6" wide. And it's working in a narrow part of the road and it's gonna be time consuming, keep moving for every car, so I'm
Yeah,
waiting,
yeah.
you know. Emergency, it'll always be open to emergency, but I can't
No,
keep moving for every single car. And I don't wanna keep people making it too inconvenient.
definitely, yeah, definitely.
So I'm kind of thinking, it's, I need to walk, right? Want some cars. And then 9 o'clock, top of the hour, we'll open the road.
I'm sure there's people that they're flexible down there.
Oh,
Either they're, if they have, if they know that they're gonna leave,
Yep,
leave, and if you have somewhere to go, then leave early or
Yep.
go find something else.
because you're doing them a favor for them.
Yeah, you know, like I said, top of the hour, then it's like if somebody shows up at 5 past 9.
No, it's gonna,
I can't make them wait around, I'm gonna cut it off.
yeah,
I know,
It's gonna be some,
yeah.
and just. Save money,
How long do you think it'll take?
got the machine for 3 days because we got the next work, got the on the road work. And there was places on that road you could hammer, I had one down there for weeks, so
Hmm,
just trying to do.
That
Trying to
problem spot,
that
yeah.
problem spot and. And put some ground there and obviously dig that. Go put that in spring. But that's all part of the same place we gotta dig up, that's why the rock is still there, because. I don't wanna fix it and then dig it back up again, that fix it.
Absolutely.
And I've had people in there. I sympathize with them, terrible down there, but they've been,
good,
so I feel obligated to make
Yes.
the best we can make it, because they have been very patient, and
Well, good, that's good.
then we could get all the base road to that, I'm good.
yep, good.
that takes us back to Baker. So I'd like to make a motion that we authorize Jim to purchase 3 of the Jersey barriers, scheduling delivery in conjunction with Carl Wilson's availability to mark the boundary. So we can just put the Jersey barriers in place with Carl Wilson's direction.
So when they come and they deliver them, do they actually place them where you want them? They do.
So we need to have, yes, we need to know exactly where to put them.
We need to authorize the expenditure. So this is roughly going to be, so for something at fees, under $1,500.
Yeah, I would say.
And plus on top of that, we'll have Carl Wilson's time, which is, 4 hours. I forget what his rate is, but
If you want.
Is he gonna mark it somehow so
So-
that when they move, we'll know that they're moved off the,
We're gonna take. Donovan.
Yeah.
To really get some pictures. Of the way things are, we leave there. And then, with some sort of landmarks. Maybe even some tape measures for now. Pictures. Whatever it
Yeah, yeah,
takes, but somebody's gonna have to be there doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Carl's essential, so we can say this is the
Right,
GPS coordinate,
the
yeah.
whole property. And once put in place, even if Albert can drag them, it's gonna be pretty obvious. And what I'm also suggesting, we don't go and try to get a camera.
why not?
Partially because I'm concerned about the safety of down the road. Initially, he may not know there's a camera focused on that intersection, but as soon as we use it,
Okay, the bottom line is that if you put these 10-foot barriers up, even if he goes to push them, like you said, it's
They're
gonna be.
3-foot there.
where's it gonna put them?
10 feet long.
But
Can
it's
be
full of
very-
holes and faults. That's my thing.
Yeah,
Right, but then-
right out to the road.
But then we'll have photos and we'll be able to tell that he's moved them. And we can take action.
He's gonna move them forward. There's nothing that says that those spots have been moved.
I'm playing this.
I know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
yes.
Yeah, and that's what it's gonna be is. How do you know it was him that moved them? Not a picture.
And if we don't have. I mean, we have lots of pictures already and. It's like this gentle move and then all of a sudden there's a tree there. And how do you? I'd like, I just feel like there's gotta be something there that shows.
You can't anchor them. Could you go back to the same?
When. You know, this dirt there, but I don't think there's holes go all the way through them. You could, and then even if there was, you know, determination, you've got to do well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you talk about putting big. You know, like rebar or whatever, even if you put shorter ones to at least mark where it is. So, I know we can dig them up, but you talked about, you know, putting a magnet down in there,
They're in the west,
right,
it's getting, to dig a hole there, we'd have to encroach on him.
right, I'm thinking about not putting something big, if we use the barriers. Seems to me we still need something. That marks it so that when he moves them, you know he's moved it. And I know he can,
I think Cal, when he shows up, he'll
Yeah.
probably put a standard
Yeah.
5/8
can,
pin,
Okay.
something that, you know, you can go up and I'm sure it will, but we can place that first barrier. We can, again, a camera with a tape measure,
Mhm.
right off the end of that barrier to that pin, of course, it'd be off the corner because better be on the test, but anything, you know.
Gotcha, yeah.
We can do, one of the things we can do is actually, now, when the sheriff's deputies were out 3 years ago, we spray painted the gravel road. That doesn't do much, but it did mark exactly where the boundary is.
gravel.
But if we spray paint the 144, the asphalt, that's a little more resistant to scuffing. It's not right, but you can do the line. We can do as Jim says, do the tape measure back against the telephone pole, because that's my favorite measurement, the 20 feet 6 inches.
Yeah.
We'll have clear markings, and also I think the thing about the Jersey barrier is that it's going to be leaving its mark on the gravel. So even if he moves them. Within a day or two, we understand and say, you know, this is what.
As things go, this is probably the least expensive way to do it.
Mhm.
Is there such a thing?
Not
as
perfect, but
Photograph it with a drone, who then take GPS. And every 6 months he goes and flies this thing and.
We also do it like daily. I think the thing is with we're concerned about is that we do this and then that night. He goes out with his tractor and moves them.
No, I know, that's what he's been playing with you for how long now?
15 years.
He's not going to give in.
No,
He's going to move it again, and it's no big deal to go, I mean, it's handy. Pull it with the tractor, the next morning he's 1 foot into the town. So you need something where you can check and say, hey.
Yeah.
That's why I say,
we can check physically. The trouble is we're. Well, I take your point about the drones. I think it's just we need to just be there and see it.
Yeah.
And have the known landmarks there. So we can accuse him of destruction or damage to public property.
And that's the thing, that's another concern of things. Taking all hard, breaking them, I mean, they're reinforced with wire.
Not that big,
They're concrete,
yeah.
and was hoping they were more like 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. But she said too. Truck driver day, he delivered me a tank, and he said, he thought they were like 3,000. There's a girl in the office said, well, somewhere around 2,000 pounds. I think.
Maybe she's wrong, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping.
how wide are they?
I think the pretty strong way.
Like, yeah.
I think it's 2 feet.
So we're gonna listen to those.
It's like starting out 2 feet in base.
Yeah, I think he has more than 2 feet though.
Now he is.
Over 33, and that location is fine. There's no ditch problem.
We're losing more than anything.
You know, if it was somewhere where you had ditches and stuff on both sides, different stuff there. That's not an issue there.
So previously, we approved Carl's proposal to take action. This is different activity, but still the same point. It's marking the roadway. So we have that was approved. I'm moving that we approve the purchase of the Jersey barriers in the transportation sort of place.
So we disapprove getting the cameras.
That's right. We did approve that. We just said we're not going to deal with that.
I just leave that on the table, I'm just.
Yeah. We don't have to throw that away, but I'm not recommending you do that.
Yeah,
It's,
I was gonna say what would be nice is if we had the camera. And we didn't necessarily use it initially, so we absolutely had to.
how do you know when it's still, it's gonna be too late by the time you know it's time.
Oh, no, let's say we do catch him doing it, right? But it's kind of obvious that he's moved Jersey barriers, and we can take that stance that who else would move these things?
Try it,
But then,
try it.
but then-
Yes.
I know, but then we have camera. Then we pull out our camera card. Don't use it as a first, we caught you on
Right.
camera.
Right.
You go after him that way and see how it goes, and then we have the camera, if we have to use it, because
Right,
Jeff's concerned with if we use the camera as, as proof, it's like, okay, he doesn't need any more reason to be paranoid. That he's being filmed, right on, I know, I don't
As soon as
know.
something gets out there, yeah,
I mean-
there ain't missiles.
so.
So we still have to know how much Carl would charge for that. We only got the price from him for
So
I
again,
think it was 160 now.
yeah,
160,
and it's a minimum of 4 hours
4 hours.
for a cruise.
Okay,
And I don't think it's,
so if we order the 3 Jersey barriers, then we don't pay for the truck?
Right.
Okay,
it's $1,000 minimum bundle.
right,
By the time you bought two and paid the truck, and you're almost.
you're almost there, and yeah, right,
And the other, at the same time, we can get the street side. In place.
This Jersey barrier is gonna be. Will sort of become a reference point until it's obviously been moved. The pin, the street sign, which are all indicators that something has moved. The pin, street sign, the Jersey barrier, the one on the very end. Is it'll be obvious.
It's unfortunate, I don't think we can call them legally a monument. Because again, if it was a monument and he messes with it, then that's. Fine. But
Is it a crime to mess with a Jersey barrier?
let's say if it's a monument, if it's a surveying monument,
That
Hey,
it
George, say something.
becomes a monument.
Well,
Yeah, well, the thing is, and that's why I still feel we need to have some kind of documentation to know where he's moved them from. Because to me, it's a no-brainer. If he's moved them out, there's only one way that they can be moved out, and it has to be from his property. And if he doesn't complain that somebody was on his property moving them, then clearly he's the culprit, but you've got to know how much you,
that's why I say. That's right.
Well, that's clear.
right, that's why
It's
you somehow
your
document
confession.
it.
Before there was GPS. They had tools to measure exactly, so it's no big deal.
Right, we have exact measurements, but they're all,
virtual.
yeah,
So this is, in this process, we get some pictures, again, showing with the surveyor where the boundaries are.
Well, in his deed, it states where his borders are.
Yeah.
With that information, there's tools, it's a tripod and setting.
Also, so the difficulty we have
Yeah.
is that when a sheriff's deputy goes out, he does not know where the border is.
he doesn't see,
That's,
he doesn't do the surveying.
so we need to do something that clearly is from the reference
Yeah.
points there. That's what the Jersey barrier, that's a pretty good reference point.
I was talking about if he moves again,
Pens, he moves every pen, so, that was a traditional way of doing it.
That's the,
We have a motion.
We have a motion.
Yeah, okay, I know.
Last,
All right,
when he cuts it off.
so,
How much there? And I think.
When
it's cracked.
I saw my wife working one day out there, I don't know.
finish it.
Can we just?
So I'd like to make you
Thank you very much.
Yeah, made a motion
Yeah.
that we purchase, so we
Yeah.
empowered Jimmy to purchase 3 Jersey beers and have them delivered. That we go forward with Carl Olson to perform the surveying services as we've already agreed, just to move the scope. And we coordinate the schedule So that, to make sure that Carl can be there, a sheriff's deputy can be there, and
Right.
along with the barriers.
Fine. Do we have to notify Alfred?
We should,
We should,
doesn't have to be part of the motion, though, but we should.
yes. And the neighbors.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling her.
Okay. So I'll second.
All right,
Oh,
bye.
okay,
My,
It's not ideal, but I think it's the
well,
expensive and, yeah.
when you, the next couple of weeks, I am. Well. So have to be towards the end of the month, I'm afraid.
okay. It may work out that way again, just also
With Carl.
we'll see, but I think. At least we have the framework and we can detail the plan.
Well, and I think it's gotta be clear that we let his lawyer know, because, he's gotta move all the trees again. You know, he's got signs up there now that say no trespassing, and there's a lot of stuff that has to be moved,
Right.
because if we,
Yep.
Well, so basically there's, yeah,
You may,
a lot of coordinating that's gotta go on right now.
I want to notify his lawyer in writing
oh, yeah,
that this stuff's gonna be moved, cause this, we're coming.
yep,
And there's gonna be a substantial charge for any debris that's gonna be hauled off.
Yeah.
It's a substantial charge
yeah,
because inflation,
Mhm.
inflation.
and if he really loves those trees, then we'll move them back again. I don't know how any of them are gonna live. All right,
Go back to the-
Let's
That's
get the work done.
yep, yep, I actually,
Yeah, well, things, guys. It's all team.
No,
We're good, thanks, Jim.
actually, there is something we need, don't leave yet, let's go ahead and do the certified assessor's agent, because we need to have a.
oh, wait, we wouldn't.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I'd like to make a motion, we had already talked about, last week we approved, the contract for, Kevin Gudkowski, and, so we have the contract, and, I'd just like to make a motion that we approve that contract as we had talked about last week. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor? Aye. And we have to sign this. And we need a witness.
It's really helpful.
That's it.
No,
Yeah, no.
how can you remember that? Although, Buddy determines.
No, he's not gonna be here till
8:30.
You just have to sign, Jim.
last year. Yep, yeah, you need to sign. There's a witness.
Yeah.
I got a pen right here.
No,
Classic.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh, yes. So that one is done. Okay,
Yeah, I'll take a pen.
okay.
Yeah.
So let me, yep.
So we have to approve each one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a while.
Thanks, Jim.
Just. Yeah, you don't need to record each one in our minutes, but the minutes should reflect the votes. But this knows we go down. We're gonna move on,
Order.
we're gonna move on, so it's not a big deal.
Right. Article to choose a moderator, who, it just seems like a really long time if I have to say, let's see each one of these, make a motion to approve each of them.
That's what you said that April said we had to do.
She did? I don't remember that.
No,
No.
what did she say?
No, she just said that we have to sign this
Review.
and review and sign, but it doesn't feel like we have to,
Oh, I'm
Seems like
sorry.
we could do it.
I thought we heard that we had to do it as well.
I was thinking you said.
Well, you,
No,
you
no,
wanted
no.
to,
I,
you know, sort of maybe you had.
well, because I was thinking of the 21%, I was not gonna agree with some of those.
Okay.
All right, so what I'd like to do, I think if we'll just go through each one and actually, can I make a motion that, unless others, that we just say yes or no and then do a blanket one at the end that we.
Yes.
I'll just go through Article 1, do I have a motion? To approve,
I move we approve Article
second.
Second. Okay, oh gosh, okay,
Okay.
seconding.
Article 2, which actually, just about the
Thanks, Jim.
opening. Do I have a, second, all in favor?
Aye.
3, this is about general government. Actually, I'm gonna go through, there's several for general government. Can I go through Articles 3 through 12 and just make a,
For the general government,
under
yeah,
general government?
category,
Yeah. Do I have a motion that we would accept the general government? Articles 3 through 24. Do I have a second?
second,
Yeah, I'm just not sure
I know,
we can do this.
I know.
I'm
And
trying to remember what we did last.
this is where you kind of count on April being.
Yeah,
here
yeah.
To give us that.
So we'll just go through it. It's just the three of us here anyway. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve Article 3 under general government. So I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 4. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 5. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 6. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 7. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 8.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we accept Article 9. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we accept Article 10. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have, I'd like to make a motion, we accept Article 11. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Well, this, it's always been seconding, and we both treat it 0.
I know, but we're not, all we're saying is the article name, we're not even saying what they are, so it's like, why can't we just say in its entirety? That we
Well, that's why I was suggesting. we
reviewing
do-
it, there's nothing left to.
I'm not sure, but this is one of those where if you don't do it right.
Right,
Then you're in trouble.
It's not valid.
okay, all right, keep going, 11.
So I'm nervous about this as it is, but I don't remember us reading every line in the past.
I
I
don't,
do remember us actually approving, I think, every line. I think that's what we did.
yeah, we did. It was only you and me.
And you literally said each, but you didn't read the article,
I don't
Like,
think we read.
it seemed like we took 2 weeks to do it too. It felt like we did it in sections, but maybe
No,
that's
just
just,
the last minute.
yeah, okay. I.
It was down the wire like
Yeah.
this.
All right, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve Article 12.
wait, we didn't do 11.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve Articles 11. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Article 12. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 13. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
John, are you still with us? I'd like to make a motion that we approve Article
I
14.
am.
A second?
Are you sleeping yet?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion, we approve Article 15. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Article 16. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I'm glad you're here.
And I take the motion that we approve Article 17. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Right.
I'd like
We want to make sure we're doing it right.
White tip on your seal? You wanna?
Yeah. All right. Do we have to read, go through and approve every single article, or can we just say?
So, I just, guys, have you done this in the past?
My recollection is that we approved every article. I don't remember whether we read them all, but I think we approved every article. So also that way that they can say the select board recommends 3-0.
You have to, because I just reread the manual again today. Approve the warrant, sign the warrant. But if you wanted to, like
I feel like we really want to,
yeah,
but we don't want to not do it right.
16, so we're to the way there.
I mean, you're signing, you're agreeing
Yep.
to it, so I don't believe you have to vote on every article, but
Can we clump
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
say articles, whatever, to whatever.
That's what we had started with. Okay, so I'd like to clump the rest of the general government items. Articles 16 through 24, I'd like to move that we accept those articles. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
General assistance and service organizations, we have articles 25, 26 through 31, and that includes public library, ambulance, and those kind of things. I'd like to make a motion that we approve those warrant items, articles. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, highways, bridges, and snow removal. We have articles 32 through 37. These are all about snow and roads and those kind of things. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve those articles. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, protection, which is about the fire department and all about the fire department. So articles 38 through 41, I'd like to make a motion that we approve those articles. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, grants, we have 42 through 46 where we're asking for grants for different purposes. I'd like to make a motion that we approve articles 42 through 46. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinances are article 47 through 61, and basically, we talked earlier, April, about needing clarity about what the way that they do, and you had talked about why we have to rescind and whatnot, so talking about those up front.
Yeah.
Before we get to the night.
Town meeting, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy to.
So articles 47 through 61, I'd like to make a motion that we approve those articles on ordinances. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, and then there's miscellaneous that includes some of the laws that are required that we do. Article 62 through 70, including the motion to adjourn. I'd like to make a motion that we approve those articles. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So I'd like to make a motion that we approve this warrant for June 3rd, 2024. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. And we will sign. What is this? Oh, this is the back side.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
leave them all together.
I was. You're getting all sorts of nice packages.
April, did you hear that we don't have anything on the calendar for Monday?
Oh, yeah, I know, I heard it. I don't know how I missed it. I do them month by month and I have a little reminder that says make those Zooms. I swear I remember doing it, but it's like every week's the same. So I must have missed my reminder.
Been doing so much. It's okay.
Wow.
Not the end of the world.
We're recording for happens.
Yes, we are.
That'll be a recording.
And we got John on. John asked to be put on, so.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'd like to go, I'm gonna come back to correspondence and I'm just gonna finish up admin items since you're here. And next thing on the admin items was appoint Ashley and Dee Dee as election clerks. So I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Ashley Murray as an election / ballot clerk. Do I have a second?
Second.
Can I see that for a minute, Donna? So you guys appoint election clerks. You also appoint clerks, yeah. I remember.
You guys, yeah, they're actually,
I wasn't sure if they needed to be appointed because they're my deputy registrars and
Mhm.
deputy clerks and everything else, but I thought just. Why not? You like piece of paper flying around this out anymore?
so do I have a second?
Yeah, I second it, so.
All in favor?
Aye.
And you do TD? Yeah.
Not yet. But you know what's coming. All right,
Just back to the warrants. Maybe, Buddy could be coming back and.
came at 7.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, he left his wife in Wiscasset and came at 7.
so this, do we need to make up like 2 copies for him?
make a few attested copies.
Okay.
I'll have 2 copies ready. Gary.
Yeah, you had said about
Paul.
Jared.
What's the story with Buddy? Is he gonna be able to come back?
He said he had to go pick up his wife and she was busy playing.
Between 8:30, he had to pick her up.
Yeah,
So.
He's gone back to the bingo.
It's gonna.
yeah,
So they come back when they're done,
yeah, he
but for now, it's,
came back.
It's not scheduled,
Fabulous.
but we don't know. He might come back sooner. I don't know.
Yep. All right, so I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Dee Dee Greenleaf Hodgkin for both the election clerk and the ballot clerk. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
right,
All right, while we're on admin items, do you have anything else that you want to add, April? And then I'm gonna go back to correspondence.
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. We've sort of been bouncing around a little bit tonight.
If you guys are done with the warrant, we'll take it so I can start getting my stuff going.
I think it'd be good, yeah.
And you signed all the ordinance things,
All 500 of them.
all 500. It's swimming with ordinance.
Seems like everybody's swimming with
It's
those
done for
ordinances.
us.
All right, one of the things that we need to do is approve the, last week we tabled it, the auditors,
The
auditors
auditor's
contract. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the auditor's contract for 2025. Do I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll sign at least this copy, and when I find the other, which must be at home,
worst case,
we'll make it that it won't be on the fancy paper. Is it just this one? I guess so.
yeah, I think you may be the one who signs it.
Yeah, okay. So I'll sign that. And the date is 3rd of 3 June. Okay. And the second item of correspondence, we received an agreement. Wait a minute. Actually, it's a contract, isn't it? It was a contract. Yeah, it was a contract with the Mid-Coast Humane Society. We do a yearly, we agree with them. We go into an agreement yearly with them. And it is for, where was this song about? For 1,000 something. Yeah. Jeff, did you check to see if it's the same thing as what we get?
I didn't know. Didn't see it, it's right here.
Oh, $1,092.88. There it is right there. Yep. Perfect.
I think it's 1093 on.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we need to, so I'd like to make a motion that we accept and sign this this contract. We're having a session. All in favor?
Right.
I think I'm the only one that has to sign it. But if you want to sign it, since you're in charge of that? Looks like printer name and, oh, and I need a witness. Maybe you can be my witness.
Yeah. You know, there's this date at 5/8. Just kicking around for a while.
I just saw it today. Yeah.
So,
Maybe they forgot to mention that. Could be, or they're waiting for. Why? Print name and title and put the date again? When do you want to sign? All right, and this one we already have. She must have made a copy enough. Oh, this isn't a copy that she had. Maybe. Oh, hopefully I found the right one. Here, let's just get this piece of paper with it. Because you printed out a new version, let's just hope that oops, this was the new version. I did real.
this is the one that's messed up.
No, I think that's a new one.
It's messed
We
up
did-
staple. Yeah, it is the new one.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a copy already in there. So we need to sign it again, but April's here and she can, so this one we want to get rid of, right? It's the one that Jim just signed for us.
Yep,
All right,
it's got a signature now.
we've already signed that one, so let me, here's my. Sorry, John, lots of signing today.
All good.
I think that's the last thing that I have on my list. Do either of you have anything on correspondence?
No, we just do the board of assessors.
Yes, yes. Hang on 1 second. Somewhere of those must still be in here. They were, right, and you will approve those, or you will at least, you're in charge of those. Therefore, attorney. Do we have to adjourn to approve those?
We adjourn us, that's what we've been doing.
All
Yeah,
right, I'd like to make a motion that we,
We done, so nothing else.
yeah, that's what yeah,
Okay,
all right, so I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn our board meeting, our select board meeting. Do I have a second?
second,
All in favor?
All right. yeah, I'll convene this meeting of the West Berlin Board of Assessors. On our docket is the approval of the minutes of the meeting
No.
of May 30th. Do I
Yeah, I'm
have a second to that motion?
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
Aye, okay, so we voted for that, and I'd like to remove that. We adjourn the meeting of the Board of Assessors and get our paperwork.
can we stay on Board of Assessors since we're there and ask about the letter? For Jim's.
I have not seen anything, but I'm not sure how that got lost.
Yeah, well, Ashley sent an email asking about that.
Yeah.
The other things we were doing, and she said that we should be signing that, but I've never seen the letter.
No, I've not seen anything, and I haven't read anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Evan
who
was
was
gonna
gonna
do it. Evan was supposed, all right, I'll be with Evan was tomorrow. When I guess I call him. Okay,
This will be, again, you have to work out
I just,
the Board of Assessors responsibility.
Here it is.
Here.
It's stuck. Yep. So. Here we go. I knew I'd made a copy, couldn't find the thing that stuck to the staple. All right, so. Have we. Adjourned the select board for the,
Yes, we can adjourn.
so have we turned.
So John,
Did we
say goodnight.
remember?
Thank you for
Hey,
joining
how
us.
y'all doing?
We're signing off.
You're staying on?
We're signing off.
Oh,
So-
okay.
so Good night.